like I said, book
Do
fair.
we wanna approve the agenda? Add to,
I have chloride requests, and I have another bill to add, and that should be all I have. I got campers.
March 26th, reorganizational meeting minutes. Time approved.
These are the same that, as sent out.
I'll make the motion.
Second it.
Aye. Better to get a motion on that.
A motion to approve the,
Yep, with the additions.
yep, with the additions.
I'll make that motion to approve the agenda with the additions.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
March treasurer's report.
We gotta do the reorganization at the regular.
Oh.
Well, done.
We did the reorganizational already. We gotta do the regular board minutes.
Regular board minutes approved and signed.
And again, these were, no change since they were sent out to you. I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
March treasurer's report.
As of March 31st, our total beginning balance was $294,023.33. Deposits were made in the amount of $30,085.50. Disbursements were in the amount of $15,980.11, which left us with an ending balance of $319,128.59. Outstanding checks are sitting at $10,999.87, with our CD still sitting at $52,868.10. Leaves us with a spendable balance of $308,128.72.
I'll make a motion to approve this read.
I'll second. Read and discuss checks 11844 through 11877 in the amount of $17,133.53, with checks 11872 and 11876 beginning void.
We're gonna talk about that grader repair, is that one of them? Yeah, it's one of them that's being voided. No, it's not being voided. John can talk to that one.
I spoke with Tony from McCoy about an hour ago, and he said he's gonna work on it tomorrow, but he said he's pretty sure that we can void that check, because they were down here for preventative maintenance that we've already paid for, so they were down here already, so we shouldn't have to pay mileage for them to come down to do a repair.
So with the motion to approve, we should add that check should be held.
Yes. I'll make a motion that we hold that check until John Deere gets back to us.
I'll second it. That part that was repaired on there should be under warranty if I'm correct. So we talked about the last time, and then.
Yeah, the
slip this over.
parts are under warranty,
Yeah,
and I don't know how much of the mileage or hourly wage we would have to pay.
So the way Tony explained it to me this evening is if they come down for a repair that's not preventative maintenance, we have to pay mileage and labor. We do not have to pay for the parts. But when they're down here for preventative maintenance, that's part of the $40,000 that we paid for, in that preventative maintenance when we bought it, so.
And I went over it with the service manager, and he wasn't reading it that way, but if, we'll see what Tony gets through him or on it.
Yeah, he said he talked to her, the gal tomorrow.
Okay.
So, we'll get to the bottom of it.
So your motion was to hold that check and pay the remainder.
Correct.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have an additional late arriving bill, $150 for registration from Brenda and myself going to the NAT meeting in Duluth. Board already approved 4 people going, but I think we should have a specific motion to approve this specific bill.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Thank you.
So we have a special presentation from URBA, 141 Community Support. Joe, did you want to step up?
Thank you so much. Those of you who haven't met Joe Zappa, I lead the urban team over in Graston. Some members of our board are here tonight, a number of our employees, here to say thank you to the community. That's our main purpose. A year ago, we committed to making a permanent commitment of directing 1% of our net proceeds to the community. Now, like we said right now, we don't have any net proceeds yet, but we have sold our first crop. It'll take a while before we turn a profit here. But in good faith, and as kind of a position of first fruits, we wanted to do our first awards to some outstanding community organizations that we think deserve recognition and assistance. This is not a one-time donation event. It's not a marketing campaign. It's a structural feature of how Urban does business, and it's how we built it from the start. So a year ago, we made that announcement. We're here 364 days later to fulfill the first part of that. So without further ado, let me introduce Bram Youth Outdoors. They support access to outdoor recreation, hunting, and conservation education for young people in the Bram community. And I'd like Bill Helsler to come up and accept a $2,000 check, please. This is one of my favorite ones, the Dragon Wrestling Booster Club. They support growth of Pine City area wrestling programs from pre-K to high school, promoting the development of discipline, physical fitness, and teamwork. Why I'm especially fond of this one is because when we first dug dirt, the guys from Ramberg were talking about the wrestling program and his wife Joe, and what great work they do. And I said, you know something, if we ever reach the point where we're donating money, you're first on my list. So they were second tonight, sorry about that. But I'm just happy we could finally keep the commitment from what we made a year ago. So Joe, Anderson, if you can come up and accept a check for $2,000. The next one, Urban's about having fun. Our grand promise is a dolce vita, which is the sweet life in Italian. These folks know how to have fun. North Country Hillbillies Car Club provides annual friendly car show for the community's enjoyment and visits local retirement communities bringing joy to their residents. It's the only family-friendly free event I could find in Royalton, which was really interesting to me. I mean, I looked at the auctions and everything. There's the rodeo, there's always an admission piece. This is one of the few free things in town I thought we should support it and keep it growing. So I asked Steve Elliott to come up and accept a check for $2,000. We said that we'd have a committee of representatives from the township and the county as we made these decisions, and we're gonna also have other cannabis businesses join us in this as well. Not a lot of them are up yet, we're one of the first ones up. But part of our committee is our staff. And members of our staff made it very clear that they wanted us to commit some dollars to the Pine City School Parent Teacher Organization, which funds enrichment programs, classroom resources, and family engagement initiatives for Pine City students and families. So with that, I'm really pleased to ask my fellow coworker Stephanie Segal to come up and accept a check for $2,000. Second to the last check goes to the Pine City Sheriff's Office Foundation, or Pine County Sheriff's Office Foundation. They weren't able to make it this evening, and they asked Chris and I to join them at their 11th board meeting. But they obviously support public safety initiatives, the community outreach, and resources for Pine County's law enforcement and first responder community. We made a commitment to this town to be the safest organization spot in town, and our partnership with the Sheriff's Office is appreciated. They've been great to work with, and we want to make sure the record is an independent association that does work with them. So again, we'll be presenting their check on May 11th at their board meeting. The final one, I'm going to ask my wife Chris to step up. We made a decision about a month ago. We paid harvest bonuses to all the employees because we got our first harvest in. And Chris and I decided to forego ours, and instead we're offering $5,000 to the township in matching funds. All we ask is that you get the other $5,000 from neighbors, friends, residents, businesses inside the Royalton community. Once you get the $5,000, cash the check. If a year from now you only get 3 in matching funds, we'll write you a check for 3. And again, I know you guys have to pass a resolution to accept it, but as a symbol or a token, is the check there? Yeah. Where'd the check go? Check's important. Right in the bag. So everybody bet you get the check. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's the model check undated. So it's signed by us for $5,000. It's undated. You get another $5,000. There's the conditions of the gift. We hope our neighbors will contribute. That makes up hopefully the $10,000 levy shortfall that you guys were looking for. We're offering to do our help on that. We thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I'd invite anybody that wants to come out and have root beer floats out in the new picnic pavilion, which has picnic tables in it. Thanks for getting that in, guys. We really appreciate it. Thank you all very, very much. We appreciate the support that the township support shown so far, and we commit to doing more as we move forward. I want this to be a quarterly event. I want to give out money every quarter, so that's what we're going to try and do. Thank you.
Follow Joe out. Who knows? I know. You bring me in a review float. You love me lots.
Do we want to accept this?
I just dropped the check off. I don't know if I'll be back to the back. I'm going to free
draft a resolution to either accept or deny the Urban Incorporated $5,000 matching contribution of Royalton Township. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I think, I'm gonna say, nay, just because we should take on, legal advice on accepting anything at the township level. According to this. Because it's cannabis and so on and so forth, I think that we need to ask somebody that's a little bit, more experienced with this than us. But you have two, so.
Well, this is just a resolution to accept or deny it.
Right, with the condition.
Yep.
So do you want, me to contact council?
I think we need to.
I'm at your,
Yeah, I think we did too.
We have to anyways for the other two things, so let's just ask them the question.
okay,
So I'm good with the resolution part, that's fine, but I think with the condition of talking with legal counsel. Very nice gesture.
very nice.
Yep. All right, moving on to the planning commission recommendations. Johnson, Orvis, Cheetah, land split.
Planning commission didn't decide, because of incomplete data. And unless you have some other, things to add, we'll, discuss it at the working meeting and await the additional documentation.
So they need a affidavit for the Royalton Road. And then we're just waiting on some actions on the Greeley Road.
So it won't.
Soil borings
Okay.
and affidavits, and abandonment. Yeah, they are, because the affidavit would be in.
So we're kind of at the conclusion, there's no action needed right now.
I don't know what the action would be.
Citizen complaints.
We talked about pushing that into the working meeting, along with the new ones, discussing it then,
Can I ask something?
please.
Why are we going through Kelly on this? This is our ordinance. I mean, some of these are just basically our ordinances. So why are we asking Kelly about them? And why are we gonna keep dragging him on? He doesn't have a solar permit, that has nothing to do with the cannabis. The poles are in the setbacks. So that should be addressed just between you guys. Why is Kelly involved in this?
Well, because of the shortness of the first meeting, the planning commission meeting, is something that we need to talk about in a working meeting, in the next meeting, because it's more time to address everything. Kelly's in conversation with, Dwayne about some different things, and we need to be in conversation at the working meeting about the other things that pertain to the township.
And one other thing is, he's required to have a building, permit to do anything in greenhouses. I looked it up, if you look it up in the building code, the greenhouses are supposed to have building permits if he does any work in them. That was the plumbing, he's supposed to have a plumbing permit, electrical permit, all them were supposed to be through our township. If you look up building codes in the state, the state, Minnesota state building codes require building permits. For greenhouses.
And I think that's why it needs to go to the planning commission, to go through each one of them piece by piece and figure out what needs to go to.
Well, I mean, first off, you should be talking to the building inspector, and he needs to look it up.
I might add that in my conversations with Kelly, preliminary though they be, she said several of these are not in her jurisdiction at all. So, it's not like we're asking her to, weigh in on something that is
Right.
only us.
Right.
In fact, it will be clearer and better when we know that this is not something that the county is going to be looking.
But like I said, you can, I mean, you just all, I mean, that doesn't even need a motion, you just need to talk to the building inspector and say, does he need a building permit?
So
Because it's attached to a building, they're not separate buildings, they're full structures. Everything is one complex. And that's the way I asked, because I called the they said.
we have, maybe we can invite Dan to this next,
I get a night Dan.
and then hash this out.
Seek Caleb's advice. I know there have been discussions with Caleb.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that.
We're gonna try to get some answers before this next meeting, and then talk about that. Fair enough?
Thank you.
Updated zoning ordinance updates.
We have nothing.
Just a couple of things that we need to send out, and a couple things straightened out. I guess we're pretty close.
Old business. Septic report?
As we talked at planning, Kelly has been informed, and I sent her Pete's photos that she took yesterday. She was not happy, because obviously some of the junk is new and should not be there. She was going to follow up this afternoon with the assistant county attorney to see where the court case is going to try and get that property cleaned up.
If we went in there and cleaned it up, the township went in there and cleaned it up, equipment, whatever we needed to do, dispose of everything, can we assess that to the property?
Yes, but we have to go through the court process to get permission to do that.
Okay.
And
Just a question, I've always kind of wondered that, so.
yes, we have done that in a couple of instances, and costs go as a lien on the property. And right now that are paying annually for those assessments.
Okay.
Some go back well over a decade. But there is a very strict procedure that has to be followed.
Okay, thanks, good to know.
Zoning issues. 10696 Pinebell Road, junk accumulation, update, Dwayne.
Again, we saw that yesterday. The legal counsel has said nothing will happen before he retires because of the foreclosure that the property is in. And even after, if indeed the foreclosure goes through, then there's at least a 6-month waiting period for potential reclaiming by the owner. So this is going to remain on the agenda for probably a very long time.
9451 Brunswick Road, excess vehicles, update, John.
I've called them multiple times and got no response. So my suggestion is that we either, myself and Dwayne can sit down and we can write a pretty stern letter to them, see if we can get a response, or if you wanna turn it over to legal, but it's up to you guys.
Dwayne, how many times have we sent them a letter?
We've
now?
sent at least 2 letters. And I'm not even, I would have to check back, but I believe, maybe we did not have council send a letter.
Jeff, you ever seen him outside?
Now and then, should I stop in and talk to him again last
I
time?
had a conversation with him. When you see him outside, call John and say, Josh, get out the tractor, come over, we're gonna have a little talk with him.
Next time I see him, I'll stop.
Might, you know, just a face to face, and you're gonna be more sensitive.
Okay, I can do that too.
So, no letter at the moment.
I just say give it a,
Keep it going.
yeah, give it a month.
Okay,
Just have a conversation with him.
alright, I can do that,
Thank you.
no problem.
1437 Royal Heights Lane, building permit application and plans with Dan Ryder.
And I have no update on any of that.
Is there, isn't that in conversation with the county too?
I think the county is involved in that also, but
The county has been out and visited that one.
Any word on that?
I have not asked lately about it.
He was at the last meeting, wasn't he? Sorry. He was at the last meeting, I think, wasn't he? He talked with us. I think he was in the,
I think he came in February.
was that in February?
I think maybe we should talk with Dan Ryberg and have him stop back out.
Yeah, and see if we can get an update on that. That thing moving.
is that in my bailiwick? Contact him?
Please.
No problem.
Thank you.
I just wanna make sure.
No list for him.
Road report updates.
We went on our tour, road tour yesterday and looked at, the ditches and culverts, and it was a good day to do it because it was raining cats and chickens, so. Everything seems to be flowing pretty well, culverts seem to be doing well, there are a couple that are keep an eye on. I don't think we really identified anything that was too horrible, but Dan and I and Dwayne need to sit down and have a conversation, just kind of break it down, what we need to get done this year, what we don't need to get done this year. Fair enough?
There will be minutes and, a more detailed report. But I couldn't get done within 24 hours.
Yeah, just let us know when you want to help put it together, we'll help you put it together.
Campus building issues. Website domain change. New domain name approved. Kent Lombard has asked to be relieved of his website duties for Royalton. Considered a provider.
So I talked to Travis Keeman, who is working on the new domain. He has the domain name. He just needs Kent's cooperation to get that transfer going. But it's up to you guys whether or not to have a search for a new website provider, administrator.
Has anybody volunteered to do it?
No, except Travis has people that would do it, but that would require either a request for proposal or at least some sort of a discussion.
Could you get a list from him or from Travis?
Or a proposal?
Or a proposal?
I've asked for a proposal and not received one.
Okay.
Will you send them an email and
I will-
ask
I
for a
will.
proposal?
I will ask again.
We can do a little research too, I can't imagine it's gonna be that terribly difficult to find a provider.
No, we need an administrator, though, not just someone who can input and, which we can eventually do in-house. But we do need an administrator who has greater knowledge and authority.
Sure. All right.
Picnic shelter updates. Yep.
Put the tables in last Thursday night, we buried the
train tie-up, it's working well, it's complete. The water's been running like crazy through it, it's not ponding by the slide anymore, so.
And was that the Lions that did it?
Yeah.
Thank you and Lions for that.
Related to that, I've drafted a letter to the Rock Lions thanking them. You can see, feel free to edit as you wish.
You want a motion, Blake?
Yes.
I think it looks great. I'll make a motion that we send this to the Rock Creek Lions.
I'll
A
second.
thank you from the Board of Supervisors here at Royalton.
It's a really nice addition to the property here, very nice addition, so yeah, I like the letter.
All in favor?
Yeah, it's not. Will be official. Aye.
Aye.
ECE internet update, Vanessa? We're good?
We're signed up. The only thing is they got a hold of Dwayne today, I believe it was. Since we're in business, the phone is gonna go, it's not $24.95, it's gonna be $29.95 a month. Because we're in business and we're transferring our same phone number over. So that's about the only change, I believe it was. Yeah.
Did you tell them about the irrigation up here?
I have not even, they were like, we'll put you on the list, and the number was in the 5 digits of how many people that are ahead of us.
Okay,
So, it'll be a while.
sure.
But they said they'll contact us before they come out, yeah.
Great.
You gonna be here when they do that? Please spread the moment.
I don't know where all, I know where each zone is, but I don't know where any of the pipes are.
Ask them to bring them a sandwich.
Just bring a 20-foot stick and some couple.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
I would recommend a motion to approve the $29.95 home charge.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fire district study update.
Things have been moving. Dan may know more. I have not seen any documentation. What he sent me, I couldn't open. But the, Charles Smith has put together pretty much his final recommendations. And I don't have them.
I think he wants to come to a meeting and kind of present it.
It would be nice if he would, actually reach out to me.
Okay.
And I can try to contact him, but, there's not been a whole lot of communications back and forth.
Okay.
I know you've been involved, but
I can, on May 13th, he's handing one printed copy to each of the cities and townships that, signed on with the feasibility study. It's half a ream of paper, it's a few hundred pages long. So he's only given one written copy. I forwarded that, a link to Dwayne. I think if somebody contacts him to get on the schedule to come do a presentation, you can ask him to send a link to yourself, and that would probably cure it. Maybe by me forwarding it didn't work, I don't know. He probably has to allow access by person or email, I don't know.
Thanks, Dan. Composition of the planning commission.
And that's just been occurring, I don't know if you have anything to,
I don't have it.
wish any action or not on that.
Jeff, repeat.
No?
New business. Spring mat short course reports.
Brenda and I went to Duluth, actually to Carlton. I continue to find those things very, very interesting. This wasn't as engaging as some, but the sessions, especially on credit cards for townships, which we haven't gotten into, I'd say thankfully, was very interesting. And just the general opportunity to talk with other people.
I thought it was very informative. So I was initially going to attend the clerk and treasurer room, but I ended up going to the new person portion of it, and it was very informational. They talk about it a lot regarding legalities and all that. I would never have thought there was so much responsibility or legalities tied to a township, and what everyone that is elected or appointed is responsible for, especially the board members. It's a huge responsibility. It was eye-opening.
Thank you, Dwayne and Brenda, for attending that. Russ City Fire Department report, copy and packet, no action needed.
Rush City continues to be very, very sharing of information, and I encourage you to look at this and to take it in, especially in light of the fact that we get almost nothing from the other two fire districts, and we pay them a whole lot more than we do Rush City.
Administrative assistant position.
You asked me to post and publish a job notice. I did that twice in the Pine City paper and on the posting board out here. We've received one applicant.
I see that person is here tonight. Did she
Yes.
want to stand up and introduce herself and step up to the podium here?
Hello, I'm Teresa Luganville. I live in Harris, Minnesota. I have a long history of administrative assistant work. I graduated from Pine Tech with an AAS degree as an administrative assistant. I was hired by the vice president of Pine Tech and worked for him, and then transferred from there to the Secretary of State's office. I was her personal assistant for a couple of years, went from there to the CEO, area vice president of Comcast, and I worked for Comcast for 15 years. Retired in 2017, and I currently have, went back to school and am a current massage therapist, certified with a massage clinic in my home, and am currently right now completing 2 internships for integrative health. And so I'm busy, but I would appreciate and thank you for the opportunity to work with you.
Thank you.
One question. If we were to, let's say, award this position here this evening, would you be able to attend meetings, be here when office personnel's not here, or when they're here at the same times, to work side by side with city clerk or treasurer?
I would be able to. I'm pretty well my own boss with my massage clinic, and I can fit it around my schedule.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I make a motion to hire Teresa.
second the motion with, employee review in, 3 meetings in, say 90 days.
90 days?
Yes.
Perfect. And is this similar, 16 to 20 hours per week, per month, at standard township wage?
And standard contract wage, and then also, maybe a little bit more time for training, out of the gate, because it will take some time.
With additional training hours?
Are we gonna approve employees can save time, para, all of that also, or
Anything that,
after 90 days, is there gonna be a trial period, like how you, yeah, how you guys want to do this?
Should we do that after 90 days?
anything that is required, obviously,
So the ESST is required, after so many hours worked, there has to be, that has to kick in, and you can either pay it on the front side, or you can do it as an accrual with the ESST and per hours worked, to see if the, how it qualifies.
But when you guys did the ESST, you only approved Dan to get it through the township, no other employees get it.
Okay.
So that's what I'm wondering, if you want me to kick it in, or
I don't think.
right
we're-
away, or how do you wanna do it?
I don't think we are able to say no if the hours are,
If it's state mandated, I don't think we can say that.
Okay.
I'd like to do a little bit more research on it.
Well, there is,
since-
I believe that there is like a trial period where, yeah, I mean, I just didn't know if you guys wanted to
Right,
do the same thing as last time, or not.
right. I think it's, we should leave it for up to the trial period or up until we can, and then, have another meeting to discuss that.
All in favor? Jeff made the motion, Keith second. All in favor?
Aye.
Welcome aboard, Teresa. Judicial ditch number 6, potential assessment and hearings. See information in packet.
so what you have is a 2-page summary of a much longer report. Judicial Ditch 6 runs through Isani, Chicago, Chisago, Natick, and Pine counties. A couple of sections in the southwestern part of the township are involved. The reason we are involved is because in the watershed that this ditch drains, we have a small portion of timber drive. And the drainage authority hired a consultant to do a redetermination of how much each property benefits or not from the drainage of the watershed. And they have determined that we have 1.1 acres in Timber Drive that benefits to their current assessment of $1,169. If the drainage authority wants to do something to upgrade that, we would face an assessment proportionate to that. That's not, my understanding is that's not immediately going to happen. There are a couple of public hearing dates at the event center in Berlin. We need to follow up.
And it says their estimated
What's that?
assessment cost is $89.
I don't know.
Jared Lux Road.
Yeah,
Where's that?
Timber Drive. That's Lux
it's
Road.
the west portion of Timber Drive.
So it's just right when we go in?
Right when you go in.
It's there.
Well, it's not not necessarily there's a ditch there, it's that water drains to the ditch from that portion, but only that portion of Timber Drive. The vast majority of sections 30 and 31 in Royalton Township are covered by this ditch authority. And a little bit, and that's where we come in, a little bit of section 32. And apparently, all landowners have been individually notified if their land is involved in this.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Thanks, man.
Consider resolution 2026-2, accepting donation of office equipment.
And you should have in your packet a resolution accepting modular desks and file cabinets.
Pete Dillon has offered to donate several pieces of office equipment to the township. One large L-shaped modular desk consisting of 6 drawers, 3 overhead bins, and 3 bulletin board panels. One L-shaped modular desk consisting of 7 drawers, 1 overhead bin, and 1 bulletin board panel. One 5-drawer, 36-inch lateral filing cabinet, 2 4-drawer, 36-inch lateral file cabinets, and 1 4-drawer, 42-inch lateral filing cabinets. I make a motion that we accept the resolution.
I'll second it, and thank you, Pete.
And thank you, Pete. Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome. I had all this, they're closing down a company in Hastings, and I worked down in Timber Grove, and I had a buddy that worked at this company in Hastings, and they were told to get rid of all of the office equipment down there, and it was going in the dumpster. And I just couldn't see I could repurpose it. Brought my trailer down and picked all that stuff up. Should have taken pictures before they took it apart, because I spent Friday night and almost all Sunday putting it together. So, and if any of you have ever put a piece of furniture together, lots of swear words. So, no, it was good. It was good, and it looks nice, and it's got a nice flow. So, I thought it was something that we could use in the future.
It is working very well.
Yeah.
It's just taking up quite a bit of time to get used to it, get things situated.
Well, it
But it's working very good.
It forced some things to be cleaned up and tossed away, and not a lot of different things that we were looking at, so it was good all around. So
It's amazing what one finds in desks that
Yes.
I looked at.
thank you. No rush.
Okay, consider path for appointing a new legal counsel.
Kevin did say that he would be happy to talk with us and implied that he would have some recommendations. Do you want me to follow up on that?
Yes.
Wait, when's he done?
He's done the end of May.
It's really little time, but we're gonna get this in order.
We want to get this in order, and
Transition.
he will be available during the transition period. He's not going to go away on the 1st of June.
Okay.
But basically, we want to have our act together before that.
Do you guys think maybe you'd want to discuss a planning commission of some possible candidates?
If he can get them for us.
I'm sure he will do this very quickly. And anyone who has any ideas, obviously, I'd love to hear them.
Great.
Wonderful.
All right, moving on to public forum, members of the public.
We've got, there's 3 other things, cars, bill, add, and then cameras.
Yeah, fluoride request.
I have a request from Doug Stanger to chloride 800 feet of raspberry that came in today.
tell him we're graveling that road?
I did when he called me.
I did not say anything, I just said I'd bring it up tonight.
Cause he didn't do it last year, right? No. So, I told him we're graveling it, but he's wondering if we'd split the cost like we've been doing before, so.
Probably wait until after.
Yeah. But he would have wanted to know like when it's gonna get gravel, like like,
Between June and August.
yeah,
is
between
what we
June and
got.
August, so,
I'll try to get a hold of Blake and figure out when, he hasn't called me yet.
okay. So I can give Doug a call back or email him back and just say,
That would be great.
yeah. And don't pay to put it on and get it.
So we should, maybe push this off till next month then? A decision, because of that?
Probably, or we can see what
Yeah,
Doug says. Yeah.
that's fine. Put it on the agenda for next month.
Campers.
I don't know what the bill for that.
That's what,
Bill, that needs to be added? Is there a
we
bill?
don't put that first.
We did, didn't we do the bill for?
Yeah, no, was that the one you guys went to training?
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, campers, I'll take that one. We had a road inspection yesterday. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's popping out of the woodwork all over. There's campers sitting in the yard and people are looking at them. And it's more than one in some yards. So, a little advice. You can come and explain your case to us at the next meeting and we're gonna start sending out letters. Because where is this sewage going? If you're running into your mound systems, I'm sure the mound wasn't built for 4 people living in a camper besides your house. So, that's about what I was gonna say.
Not do you?
No, I have an ordinance for the campers too, don't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Might not be bad to have that for reference.
Anything else, Jeff?
I'm done.
I'm good.
Okay. Now we'll move on to the public forum. Members of the public may speak on items not listed on the agenda. State your name and please limit the speaking to 2 minutes. Percy?
Nice to do it from here.
Yes.
I'm here from Paul Wilkins. He couldn't make it tonight because he had a meeting. He has been trying to get on the planning and zoning. And I know Jeff approached him about being on the planning and zoning. Paul does not have any ulterior motive to be on this. He wants to be on it for this community and to help wherever he can. And I don't know what the problem is. If it's because of the thing he had on Facebook, all he was doing was trying to get information out there. He never was trying to get anything for anything. He was being sarcastic when he asked for money. He didn't want money. He's got enough money. But he wants to do something for the community. And I don't know why you keep turning him down. Can you give me some answers, anybody?
Right now, we don't have an opening, Percy.
You do. There should not be 2 supervisors on the planning and zoning.
I'm stepping off as soon as that zoning book is done.
As soon as what?
We get that zoning ordinance through.
Oh, and then there's just gonna be, how many on the planning and zoning then?
It'll be just Pete from the board.
Pete, and then how many other ones? 2.
No, there's Jan, and there's Barb, and there's Dwayne.
Okay.
So that's 5.
Three counts, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm just saying, you should have given him some considerations. I think he would have been excellent for this township. And he's got so much knowledge and so much experience. I'm just saying, I think it was a big mistake on your part.
Thanks, Percy.
Thank you.
John?
I was wondering if Dwayne put this in you guys' packet, because I was just looking through my packet on the garage.
Oh,
This guy evidently requests a permit to build a garage, he's on really new. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it.
they
It was
don't,
ready yesterday.
Why did I get you? So anyhow, here's
they
a,
don't have anything.
there's a
about that.
picture of it.
Okay.
So this is right on that corner, okay, and he wants to build a garage on top of his slab. So he's gonna need variance, obviously. honestly.
Because it's too close to the road.
Yep. I don't know how close that is, but it looks close to me, I'd have to go measure it, it's probably 10 feet. So I don't know.
Now, was it a building before? Or
No.
was it, he just poured a slab and now he's?
Somebody before him, he just bought that place, what,
The gal's calling.
boy, 2 years ago?
Parking spot right there.
Is there any other buildings on that property?
No, just a small garden shed.
It splits with the.
I think they actually split that next property, or they own that, so I didn't.
Oh, big is it?
That piece of property.
Shed. The garage. I haven't seen
The slab,
Hang on.
there's no measurements.
it. Yeah.
So he's gonna need a variance, so I mean, that's just
So
something.
to
I would-
build on that slab, is that slab good enough to build on?
No idea, I never looked at it, I just seen it tonight, so. I'm just throwing it at you because obviously he's gonna need a variance. So we're gonna have to take it to the planning commission and I'll call him and see, I'll give him the ins and outs of the whole thing.
Okay.
So how close to the road is it now?
It can't be much more than 10 feet.
It's right on there.
Well, from the center of the road, it's probably 20,
Yeah,
from the center.
but still, when how many plows are on there, I'm a little
It's gonna
worried
push
about
it
it.
right up against the garage.
Yep. So I'll talk to him about it, cause there's no way he's gonna get it 75 feet out there, no matter what direction he goes.
Dwayne, would you like a motion for this for the planning commission to look at and decide if they wanna push it back to the board to approve with the variance?
That would be fine. You asked how large, it's 1 acre. It does have a house on it. And a couple of sheds. I don't have a map.
But it's kind of a screwy deal because you know that road loops around it, and that's where he's in trouble, so. Anyhow, I'll go talk to him, and you guys,
So I make a motion that we have the planning commission look this over with John.
yeah,
Are you able to come to a planning commission meeting?
yeah,
Not far, can you get out of there?
maybe,
Well, we're gonna need it.
I'll do it.
Not a problem. You're good. Thank you.
Do you need a motion on that, or?
Yeah, that would be good.
I made the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any other members of the public? Right into the FYIs.
I have one other, I probably should have brought up your bills. I think, I would recommend that we, provide some extra hours for training for Brenda.
Okay.
As, she's spending, really more time than, would normally be allowed for, a deputy treasurer.
I think we did this for Janessa too,
We
right?
did this for Janessa, we did this, for
In
Molly
the past, yeah.
too. So this is not,
Was there kind of a time limit on it that we put before, or not really?
2 months, 3 months,
I think for me it was 3 months.
pardon, 2 or 3?
3.
3.
I think we do the same. I'll make that motion to extend a little bit of time for training.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
I want to talk to John. John, we went down on the road tour, went on 540th there yesterday, and we were looking at the end of that road by the stop sign. It's on the east end, correct?
Yep.
By the intersection?
Right.
So I was talking with John a little bit after our road tour, and he says it's all packed in there right now. As soon as it gets graded, it brings those big rocks up. So when we grade it, June 1st, is that when we take it over? Okay. After they get done grading it, can you go out and take a look at it and see what you think? Maybe, get a hold of John and see what all the hubbub is about on the rock. Because it says it's all packed in. We looked at it yesterday and it was nice.
No, I know, that's kind of.
That's the problem. It doesn't show its face until it gets graded, so.
Yeah, but, if you go talk to the neighbors, they're gonna give you a different story. Like I
Sure.
say, let Dan grade it, and then go look at it.
So now I got a question. Now, Dan, have you guys found any 1.5 inch rock in there in the past for frost boils or anything? Cause I know that's happened, you guys found rock in the.
Not there, we done it on Apple, we done it on Raspberry North.
It's on the south, on Homer
Right,
there.
But at this intersection, you have not, okay, so that just kind of rules that.
I did bring one load of gravel from, Harris, but that was standard gravel.
Sure. Okay. Alright, so you just keep it in your tag finger to your string, that'll be all right. Figure it out. Okay.
We'll move along to correspondence. Do you have anything? Okay. FYI's. Statement of town officers elected form sent to Pine County auditors on 27th of March, 2026. The town officer list sent to Minnesota Association of Townships on the 27th of March, 2026. Report of March building permits sent to the U.S. Census Bureau on the 31st of March, 2026. Rodney Hoover, IUP, filed with Pine County on the 21st of April, 2026. Next planning commission meeting, 7 p.m., Tuesday, May 26th, 2026. Next regular town board meeting, 7:30, Tuesday, 26th of May. All I have for the FYIs. We have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thanks for coming, everyone.